Nicky Winmar and Gilbert McAdam are two of the most exciting, skillful players of the past 25 years. Yet they will be immortalised in football history for a brave and powerful stand on behalf of Indigenous Australians. Welcome, boys.
Thank you, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Gilly, you've described Nicky as a good brother, but from a different clan.
Yeah, look, that's...
How far do you go back?
Oh, look, well, I suppose when we first met each other and when we first spoke to each other, it was like we knew each other all our lives from day one, or maybe in a different time. So for me, when I got drafted to come to St Kilda, he was one bloke that I was looking forward to playing with, and I just couldn't wait.
We'll talk about your careers in detail as we go on, but let's start with that famous photo, Nicky. That day in 1993 at Victoria Park where you pointed to your stomach. There it is there on the monitor.
Yep.
Now, what we've read and seen since and heard is that you two had a discussion earlier in the day before you played in the senior game and decided there was a point in the sand you were not going to take any more racial abuse. Is that how it happened?
Yep, true. Yeah, we did go out on the ground at the half-time reserves and sort of had a wander around and got a few...
Comments straight away?
A few comments straight away, so...
So, offensive comments, obviously.
So we went back down and sort of got ourselves prepared for it and went out on the day and, like Gilbert got 3 votes, and as he says.
Gilbert kicked 5, Nicky.
Yeah.
Gilbert kicked 5.
I got proof.
Yeah, I got 2, but I had 3 blokes playing on me. You only had 2. Like, you had a tag.
Well, I got... Sorry, the things come off. I'll put it back.
Yeah.
No, well, I've got proof, cuss.
Where'd you get this from?
I've got proof. Here, Mike, you can have a look at it first and you can give it to Nick when you finish.
There is umpires' votes. 3
Brownlow medal votes here, Nicky. Dean Gregg got 1.
Yes.
A bloke called N. Winmar got 2.
Yes.
And there's Gilly with 3. There's another revelation.
Yeah.
That's probably the only time I ever outdid him because he played like that every game he played in.
Nicky, you've talked about this day 100 times, but I want to take you back to the moment when you're out on the ground with Gil.
Yeah.
He's the junior member, you're the senior man.
Yeah.
What prompted the discussion about the abuse from over the fence?
Oh, at the time, like we had a good week at training and we was going to go to Vic Park. We knew that, and the Collingwood supporters in the crowd, we sort of, even a lot of times before that, we used to get verbally abused from the crowds as well. And what made us go out there and to perform to our best was, like we wanted to show not only the public that how good we were, but just stand like side by side as brothers as well.
Yep.
To let people know that we were good at what we did, and it was a proud moment that day.
But was it more about you showing how good you were, or that you'd finally reached breaking point?
Yeah, breaking point as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Virtually both. Like we just sort of had enough at the time. Gilbert didn't see what happened, but I mean, it was Wayne took the photo, and like it was just next day. It was the photos in the paper. I just could not believe he took it at that time.
Yeah,
And I was just letting people know that I am black and I am proud.
So at the end, that's the end of the game. You've pointed to your stomach. At some point, people were saying that you were saying, "We've got guts," or "I've got guts." It was always about the colour of your skin. Yeah. When you left Victoria Park that night, did you have any idea what the fallout would be? Not
until the next day. I mean, I didn't know much till I saw the photo in the paper itself. I knew I was going to get tormented as I was going to get off the ground, because we had to go through the Collingwood supporters group behind the goals there, man. I'm glad they got those cages over those walkways,
Yeah. Was it scary?
Yeah.
Was it scary?
It is a scary moment there, you know. I mean, 2 Aboriginal players who played the best games of their lives that day, and to win at Victoria Park, only once in how many years, I don't know. It's just...
That was the first time for a long time. Yeah.
Mike, one thing I reckon people need to know is that it wasn't just that game where it come to draw, A lot of it happened in a couple of years before that, in lead-up games with Collingwood. So what you're seeing on that day, that wasn't just the day that it happened. There were lots.
This was a build-up.
There was a build-up that's happened with Collingwood.
And was it just, you said we keep referring to Collingwood because that game was at Victoria Park, but was it broader than that? Did it happen when you went to Windy Hill?
When I was at South Fremantle days, like a young kid, 16, 17 years old, even for that country, we were like getting like that as well, you know, racial abuse on the footy field as young kids. Players used to make, other players that we played against used to make comments about it. And I used to go to tribunals and they say sticks and stones break. No, you don't. You know, enough's enough. You don't get called a name like that. You know, you got to play footy. It's like a job. It's a workplace.
Yep.
And you can't do that. So it was like build up from all that time to come over to AFL, Victoria, and you get it as well. I mean, like it's like a buddy. Sorry, it's like a leaky volcano ready to go off.
Yeah. But both of you use that expression, sticks and stones can break my bones, but names will never hurt me. But they did hurt, didn't they?
Oh, look, you got to remember that when we played footy, Nick played in WA before he came to the AFL. I played 100-odd games in the Sandful. And not many Aboriginal people were playing footy in the Waffle and the Sandful.
No.
And even in the AFL when I got here, or even when Nick got here. So you got to remember that we're all part of the times and we're all part of the change. So that was always going to happen. At the end of the day, I'm proud that Meaning was a part of to make that change.
It was a momentous step forward.
We made the AFL make a change.
Yeah, and you did. I mean, that was the start of this sort of awareness that you just can't do this anymore.
And Michael, you know, with his
on Anzac Day,
yeah, with his contribution, well, what he done, you know, like he's sort of put a stamp in it as well. You know, like enough is enough. We've got to stand up for our next generation as well.
What was the tone of the offensive remarks? Obviously black. And then what? And then nasty words attached to it.
You can't say what you got to say.
We don't want to open up old wounds.
No.
And if I told you what they said, it wouldn't be nice for TV. I'll tell you right now. But you know what? We've moved on now.
Yep.
That was 20 years ago.
Yep.
We laid the foundation for young ones today. Hopefully they don't have to put up with the words that they were used when we were playing. I know there's still a bit happening now, but it's not as bad as what it was.
Is your understanding that it still happens a bit?
Oh, it's still that was a magic door, you know. Like
true. But that's over the fence. I'm talking about, say, on the field.
Nah, on the field is just totally it's different now.
That day at Vic Park, Nicky, did you get any abuse from opposition?
Not from players, no, just from the supporters itself.
Okay. How proud are you that we've got an Indigenous round? That's why you're here.
Yeah.
We've got a round now devoted to the contribution of Indigenous Australians. That must make both of you feel really proud.
Yeah, I'm proud to come over here to be part of this. Like, you've got to catch up with a lot of other Indigenous players as well here. 63 players are playing now.
Yeah, yeah. How many do you reckon were playing when you two were at St Kilda?
About 90, I think.
Well,
10.
they reckon in 93 there was 19.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was like in 91, probably less than 10. But
87, I don't know.
No, look, I just reckon that it's great for our young kids. And our young ones that are playing today, they need to know that. They need to know what the forebears put up with, you know, and we made it easy for them. So this anniversary and the AFL to acknowledge it, that's great for them because it needs to be told and it should never be forgotten.
I want to take you back to that photo. It appeared in the Sunday Age under the heading, "I'm black and I'm proud of it." That was a faithful account of what happened, yeah? So you saw that. Even now, I think this has probably grown in significance as the years have gone on, hasn't it? I mean, it was just such a powerful statement that we now appreciate how important it was and how brave it was.
I mean, it's multicultural going there. There's a lot of Indigenous people out there playing.
Yeah.
You get Muslims are playing there. You know, like kids are coming through from different parts of the world.
Yep.
To play this wonderful game. So be it. Let them do it without being harassed or abused.
I think a lot of the stuff was hush-hush back then as well.
What do you mean?
Well, a lot of things that happen on the field start on the field.
That's what they say.
You know, and that's how it was sort of like that. But look, I'm just glad that he made a statement. And, you know, I don't think people really understand the effect that it's happened on our young kids. And that I believe that statement is the reason why we have 88 kids on the AFL list because of that, because it's given them so much confidence and it's educated the clubs that clubs now, all clubs, recruit Indigenous players. When we played there was probably 6 to 5 clubs who weren't even interested in Indigenous players. So that's the way I'm coming from, or the angle I'm coming from.
How deeply were you blokes wounded? Was it something that it was irritating and it made you angry and frustrated, but did it stay with you and then it returned the next week, or did it just burn away at your soul?
Oh, it just hurt me on that day. I think I went away for a few weeks. I think Mike.
You did, Nicky.
Yeah, and I was just very hurtful that, you know, like people do make rude remarks to you, you know, like threats and all that stuff. I mean, it scares you, you know. You don't want to sort of play footy without being someone stalking or something. You know, footy players get stalked all the time.
Do either of you think that culture at the time, did it affect the way you played your footy?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. When I can only speak for me, I can't speak for Nick. But being an Aboriginal person, I felt that it was my obligation to fly the flag for our people. And every time I stepped foot on a football field, I didn't play for Gilbert McAdam and St Kilda Football Club or Brisbane Bears Footy Club. I played for my people. And whether, I don't know whether that was a good thing. Is it a good thing or not?
Well, only you know the answer to that, but I was going to ask you what your views from both of you were of white Australia at the time. I mean, what was the emotion that you most...
Well, mine's coming from a pretty powerful background, because my father was a stolen generation. My father actually got taken away from his mother in a gum tree and got taken to a place called Mullabulla, a Western Australian government concentration camp, and this was in the late 30s. Luckily, the Catholics, the Roman Catholics, helped him, and they took him to a place called Beagle Bay, just outside of Broome. So for me, I'd known what my background was, and I'd know what my people had gone through, and especially my father's cattle station was taken over by non-Aboriginal people. So for me, it's very close to my heart. So when I become a footballer and I start getting all this stuff thrown at me again, it's not good, because what it does, it brings it up deep wounds and it makes you angry. And I can either go on the field and start smashing heads, and then I'll get reported for 6-7 weeks, no good for anybody. What we did, we just did it the best humanly possible way. Just get out and play footy. That's what you got to do, and that's what we did. And that's the most proud thing I'm proud of.
Nicky, I want to ask you. You mentioned briefly before about what happened after that game at Collingwood. St Kilda are 3-1. You're flying. You're averaging 30 kicks, 30 possessions a week, and then you disappear for a month. What happened? You didn't play for 4 games. The team that was 3-1 ends the season with 10 wins and 10 losses and misses the 8.
You know, I just want to be looked after. You know, like injury side as well. You know, like if you get injured on a game back then, you weren't covered as much like you should have been. You got to be looked after as an AFL player.
But why would you wait until round 4 to raise that issue?
Like I said, after that game, I felt threatened as well, which made me uncomfortable.
Threatened in what sense?
For what happened, you virtually.
Okay.
You get written letters from people you don't even know.
You did, yeah,
yes.
Actually, we both got letters.
Yeah.
And I remember to this day, I told you.
Threats, you know.
And those people threatened our lives.
Yeah.
Did they really?
They actually got... and
just members of the public we're talking about, just wrote to you at the care of the footy club.
Yeah.
And I remember Nick showing me, and I said to him, brother, burn it and throw it in the bin. So people don't know that we got letters.
Yeah.
And we'd got to go home and sleep at night and worry about football. So
What they were saying, you should know your place, were they? Just sort of none of this stuff about...
They just said things about you're black and so on. But I'm not going to go into detail because, like I said, I've moved on now and I don't want to...
And you just fear for your life, you know.
Nicky, you both went out to Victoria Park, back to Victoria Park. How did that feel, going back there with all the ghosts of 20 years ago?
Oh, it felt a lot better to say without the Collingwood crowd.
It was nice and quiet.
It was nice and quiet, but, you know, like, it brought a lot of memories back. I mean, you don't forget those footy grounds, like Moorabbins and Victoria Parks and Princes Park and all that. But they were there, they made boys into men, those ovals, you know.
When we come back, your favourite football memories. What was the highlight for you, Nicky, of your time at St Kilda?
Just being at St Kilda, and they were a great club to be with. They looked after me and helped me in a lot of things, and I think being a part of the Tony Locken the side, and and Robert Harvey and Nathan Burks, all them, and Stewie Lowe, like sort of missed them guys. You know, like they were great friends and good footy players. But I think just every highlight that I've been in that club was mainly the best I've ever done in my life.
As much as you love St Kilda, you did cause them some concern at different times.
Yeah, but I was still a kid back home. It was just a Pinsley boy comes out of here, you know. A country boy, you're not. You can't take a country boy out of the country. And
You did have a bit of trouble meeting all your commitments to training it.
Yeah, I did miss a few training nights, but sometimes the body lets you know when you're tired.
That game at Vic Park, the 5 goals, 21 disposals, was that your best?
That was one of my best games.
How many disposals?
21.
I only had
What
20.
did I have?
You had 24.
You had about-
You know how many you
I had
had.
30, more.
You had about 28, I reckon. Yeah, but I kicked 5.
Yeah.
You did too.
I know, but they were great goals too, Gilbert. I used to admire the way you watch you play and train.
Yeah, but
Good trainer. He was a good trainer. He
Yeah.
was.
I was a hard trainer.
He
I
was
must
a
have-
hard trainer. He really enjoyed his training. He really focused hard on his training.
But one thing when I came to the club, I couldn't tackle, I couldn't do the things that this bloke did. He taught me a hell of a lot in my 3 years at Saints. He taught me how to... He was the best... This bloke wasn't only the best goal kicker or best marker, he was the best tackler in the AFL. He was a brilliant
He
tackler.
couldn't do those torpedoes though.
What, yours?
Oh, I tried to teach him. No, he wouldn't listen to me.
I couldn't. I was too scared of, otherwise I would have got dragged.
What about the grand final, Nicky? Was it one that got away, 1997?
Yeah, it was hard that day. I couldn't think, couldn't focus.
Tell us what happened in the week
Dad
leading
died.
up.
Dad died the night before.
Yeah. Your father had been ill, hadn't he? And it was...
Yeah. I was in Melbourne. I was in Perth to go and see him, visit him in the hospital, and he wanted me to stay another week. I rang Stan up, and Stan wanted me to come back. We played Brisbane at Brisbane Lions at Wavy in that final.
Yeah, in the first final?
Yeah, and I came back and ended up playing. I said, Dad, sorry, I got to go, and never saw him after that. You know.
No. Did it cross your mind that you couldn't play in the grand final, and did you talk to anyone about that?
I wish I had to talk to someone about it, you know, like sat down one-on-one with someone very close to that club, and I would have played a different game, but it was hard, you know, like couldn't focus, couldn't think, didn't know what to do. Like, what am I doing out here? Like, it's just a lot of things go through your mind.
Yeah.
Why did he die? I could have went out and played differently, but we missed 2 of our best players that day too. 2 of our ruckmans, Everett and Lazar.
Yep.
They weren't there. I wish they were there. If they would have played, it would have been different, you know.
Spider got hurt in the Brisbane game, didn't
Yes.
he? Broke his collarbone, yeah.
Lazar was injured and just didn't have those guys, you know. Cook done his best. But we were 20 points up. We were 20 points up.
It still burns, doesn't it?
It does. It'll never go away. That game will always stick in your head for the rest of your life. Yeah.
Was it that day that Wayne Jackson, the then CEO of the AFL, he hugged you on the ground after the game? Is that the day?
I think it was. And Andrew and I met in the centre, McLeod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a magnificent bond between the Indigenous brothers, isn't there?
Oh,
I mean,
we can be
I envy
annoying
that.
sometimes to each other. You know, like some bloke just runs past and he says something stupid. You know, like we don't tell people what we say to each other. Like, you know.
It's like the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
And we know how hard it is to get respect from other people. I don't want to go into detail, but...
No, go into detail.
No, well,
because I don't understand
No,
this.
because I'll tell you why, Mike.
When we play against each other, sometimes
when you're an Aboriginal
do silly
person-
things with it, you know, like slapping the ears. And,
No, but it's like we always got to prove ourselves all the time. Don't get me wrong, because anybody who plays AFL football has got to prove themselves. But I'll tell you, when you're an Aboriginal person, straight away there's either a question mark next to you, or there's all these little ticks or crosses or whatever. They always treated us differently.
Judging.
And I'll tell you now, they still do it today. It's changed a little bit, but at the end of the day, we've still got that Aboriginal mark against us.
So you think that applies to Rioli and to Franklin and to Burgoyne and all those guys?
I reckon it does a little bit.
Do you, Nicky?
Yeah, I reckon it does too.
So is that why amongst yourselves, it was like you're playing at school when you blokes are out there, isn't it? I mean, there's no malice towards each other.
No. We've got a lot of respect for each other.
If Gilly was coming, if you were chasing him and he had the footy, would you treat him any differently to you, say, chasing a white bloke with the footy?
I'd chase him down, like, you know.
But you wouldn't hurt him, would you?
I'd try to.
Would you?
Yeah, but it'd be...
No, I would let him know that next time you
You'd
get
let
the
him
ball, I'm
know.
going to chase you down again, you know?
Yeah.
Just let him know once.
Yeah.
And next time he might have a different mind about getting the ball.
Yeah, like
running down the road.
Not everything's always rose. Like I remember one time when I was at Saints and we played Eagles. Me and Louis had a fair.
Chris Lewis, yeah.
Yeah, we had a fair go at each other.
Did you?
Don't worry.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the mutual respect was there. But don't worry, if Louis wanted to give it to me, he gave it to me, so I had to give it back, because if I didn't, he'd do it to me all day.
Yeah.
But that was part of the times back then.
But you always look out for each other at the end of a game, as I see it.
Yeah.
I mean,
We do.
You seek each other out
Yeah.
to sort of to say what you want to say.
It's the great mateships that we have for each other.
Yeah,
You can never change that.
it'll always be like that.
We'll always
Mike.
be friends.
And is that because you're black?
It's fair to say that, yeah.
You agree, Nicky?
It's fair to say that, I reckon. You know, that's my opinion.
And proud.
Tell us about Plugger. Tell us about what it was like playing in front of Plugger.
Oh, he was an awesome bloke to kick a footy to. Man, he was just the way he trained. Man, he was a big boy, you know. And man, some days he'd kick 14 goals, 12 goals. That's a lot of goals in a game, you know. Well, we could have done it ourselves, but why? When you get a bloke that size running.
So you were always happy just to put it on his chest?
I loved it.
Yeah. He wasn't as good as mark as you, though, Nicky, was he? What about 92 and the mark of the year?
Yeah, did well.
Was that your best?
There was a few marks I'd done, you know. I always remember one as far as.
He's right.
I remember that torpedo I did at MCG. Never thought about that again. It was against Hawthorn. I kicked it on the wing there almost. That went for a goal.
All right, you've raised the MCG. I was a bit scared about raising this with you.
No, I don't bring up that Carlton game.
I didn't even mention it. Oh, okay.
I got to bring it up. No.
Yeah. I was there that day.
Yeah, no, I was frustrated.
You playing on Anthony Franchino?
Yeah, things were going bad out of my personal life. It just went wayward. Got lost it there. Went sort of walkabout for a while. Just hated life. Like my father died a year before, you know. I just didn't like being around a lot of people much anymore, playing footy anymore. I just hated the game.
Really? Is that blaming the game, though, for other issues?
Oh, I just got angry because my best friend wasn't there anymore. It was my coach and my mentor.
Yeah. Who do you two like watching most if you go to an AFL game now or turn on the telly? Who excites you?
Oh, look, without doubt, the most exciting footballer in the AFL is Cyril Rioli. He is just...
Yeah.
When you've got a combination of Morris and Michael Long, it's pretty special, isn't it? That's his breeding.
Yeah, yes. Understand. And he's as exciting as any. What about...
He's my favourite. I love
What about
him.
G. Ablett?
Oh, I love watching G. Ablett, but I was a big fan of Senior. No doubt, Ablett Senior was the best footballer I ever seen play the game.
He was. Awesome,
and to this day, he still is the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Gary Senior?
Gary Senior's the best ever.
Same with you?
Yeah. He was magic.
You would have played a lot of games against Geelong when Gazza was there?
Yeah. Oh, he was just brilliant to watch too sometimes.
Yeah.
And this is a boy come from the country to come and watch these guys do this stuff, you know, this is amazing. Even Michael Tuck was playing back then at a game.
Michael Tuck played for 30 years.
Amazing, you know, this bloke's like, they were still playing, Dipper was playing, you know.
Yeah.
And I used to watch these guys back home.
There's another bloke who played in brown and gold called Dermot Brereton, who you had an altercation with early in your career, didn't you?
Yeah, we had a few words, didn't we, Gilly?
Well, more than that. Well, was Gilly? Were you there? Were you around then? This is when Dermot owned up to this later that he racially vilified you. You got reported for, I think, for kicking and attempted eye gouging.
Yeah.
You got 10 weeks.
I know, 5 for each.
Yeah. Well, you hard done. I mean, that wouldn't happen today, I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, that provocation, and Dermot, to his credit, admitted later that he had racially abused you.
He owed me 10 weeks' wages then. Yeah, but it was all, you know, that's gone in the past. Now, Dermot sort of admitted it and he apologised and, you know.
So no permanent damage done there?
No.
You move on from that? Is there anyone that played against either of you two that you haven't forgiven for what they might have said?
No, I'm happy with blokes on the field that I had arguments with about stuff.
Mm-hmm. Stuff being colour?
Yeah, I'll have a beer with them today.
Yeah.
And what's happen's happened. We can't change the past. But if I ever see them blokes, I always say hello to them, I shake their hand and they do the same to me.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to talk about it. You just know it inside of each other. You just have a beer and you talk about something else.
Being in West Australia, it's hard to see these guys now.
Yeah.
Like, I spend a lot of time in Perth now, and I do come over, mate. I like to catch up with them every now and then. But no grudges against them.
How's your health, Nicky?
Yeah, slowly getting back on board again.
I mean, you look great, seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, slick, and you
Well,
look well.
you know, I've got to be careful the ticker now. I've got a stent put in, Mike. Eating ways have changed now. I'm not drinking a lot of coffees like I used to. Just a tea every now and then. A lot of water.
Yep.
A lot of white meat now, not so much red.
Exercise?
Just a few walks, go for walks and that. But I do get short of breath sometimes.
Do you?
It's still there. I mean, like, when it did happen, I never thought you know, it's like crawling again. Like, you're
Really?
trying to learn to walk again. It's like, it really knocks you out.
This is only last year we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, like...
What actually happened?
I had a sort of chest pains across my chest.
What were you doing?
September.
You doing anything active?
No, just sort of having a rest. And
Yeah.
just came upon me, and it's in the family, you know, it's in the genes. Like, Dad died from it as well.
How old was your dad?
50.
50?
Yeah.
Was he? Wow.
So I'm like 48 now, so...
Yeah.
I've gotta
So
be
did it
careful.
frighten you enough to sort of...
It did.
Yeah, to change your lifestyle? Yeah.
Yeah, it scared me, like, you know, like...
And your brother, mentioned your brother.
My youngest brother died too, so...
Did he?
Yeah, and
All the same thing.
Mum died 3 months after.
Wow.
All in the sort of... I think it got me in the end.
Yeah.
Caught up with me.
So you've adapted your lifestyle sufficiently now to be like be on the right track.
I'd recommend to everybody just go and have a daily checkup on the blood pressure and diabetes, and just watch what they're eating. You know, there's people out there to help you before it's too late.
Hey boys, I've loved catching up with you. It's been fantastic. I know the whole society is better for what happened 20 years ago, led by you, with you in support, and we're all better off for it, as is the game. Good to see you, and I hope you enjoy the week.
It was great to be on the show, Michael.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks, Gilly.
Thank you.
Thanks,
It
Nicky.
was awesome. Thank you, my brother.
Good to see you, my brother.
This has been a Fox Footy production for Fox Sports.